The ability to effectively lead change is perhaps more relevant and essential now than ever before. We've moved from episodic change to constant change, and those weight waters of change will not calm anytime soon. There are forces coming together right now, and they're looking to take our jobs from us, looking to displace departments, and looking to reinvent or destroy entire industries. Standing still simply isn't an option. Clinging to the status quo, complacency, business as usual, those are the prescription to irrelevance and obsolescence. We're in a brawl with very few roles where the fast, flexible, and agile will eat and swallow the slow, overthinking, and complacent. Those that fail to adapt, whether as an individual or an organization, will find themselves vulnerable and at the mercy of the competition, technology, other people, or other events. In this new world of work, leveraging ideas, speed, talent, distinction, and leadership at all levels will separate the winners from the laggards. Let's take a deeper dive into each of those 5 key factors that must be addressed when leading change. Let's take a shallow dive into the first key element, ideas. We need to generate an abundance of ideas from all levels of the organization. We need to challenge the process, take calculated risks, find ways to learn and grow and innovate, and become substantially better at what you're already doing. However, we can't rely only upon tinkering with current internal systems and processes and getting a bit better with those daily in hopes that that will propel us to a substantially better place in the future. Once we gather the ideas that we generate, it's critically important to narrow that focus to only 1 or 2 outcomes or results that you want to go after at a time. One of the reasons why most change efforts produce only mediocre results or fail completely is that we have an urge to go after too much too quickly. We need to ask ourselves, of all that we can do right now, what are the 1 or 2 results that we want to go after that we know if we flawlessly execute these with excellence will place us in a substantially better position and ensure our place in this new world of work. That's where we want to create the focus. It's not that you can't go after all the other great ideas, but only focus on 1 or 2 at a time. You will always have more ideas to go after than you will have the capacity to flawlessly execute. Let's talk briefly about key element 2, speed. Bureaucracies, no matter the type or size, whether it's corporate America, education, government, whether it's 50, 500, or 50,000 people, have to have quantum change, especially in today's environment. In a bureaucracy, any incremental change can be readily resisted by those that oppose it. And no matter who you are, there's often a tendency to take a bold step forward and then slow down, hoping to gain more buy-in, and then take another small step. Those incremental nudgings and coaxings in a world that's moving in nanoseconds are unacceptable in today's environment. When we believe in something, we need to strike boldly, take the action, live with the consequences. If it's right, soar on. If it's not, cut our losses, learn from it, and move on to something else. But being too timid and too cautious is the death knell to most change efforts. Trying to gain buy-in from all constituencies is a trap. And as we move through change, there are some things that we need to keep top of mind. First is the old bell-shaped curve. There's 3 segments in the bell-shaped curve. On the far left, we have about 20% of any given population that are your nevers. They're simply not going to help you achieve anything worthwhile. The bulk of our population, about 60% on average, are our maybes. They can go either way. And on the far right, we have our models. They'll walk on broken glass for you. One of the keys to keep in mind as you move through change is don't waste a brain cell trying to convince the nevers to buy in. All of our opportunity is with the maybes. We also need to be fully aware of one of the major saboteurs of most change efforts, and that's the day job. It's the whirlwind. It's everything we're doing on a daily basis to keep the operation humming, to keep the lights on. We cannot neglect that. But if we devote 100% of our time and effort there, we will never achieve anything in addition to the whirlwind, to maintaining the whirlwind. There's a rub or conflict between the two. The whirlwind is urgent. It acts on us. The new results that we're going after, they're critically important, but we need to make sure that we're taking action on those. Think about it. If you had no new results to go after in the next year, would you still be busy? There's always stuff to do. That's the whirlwind. The whirlwind can be a trap. We must also embrace the notion of urgency before strategy. Strategy in and of itself does not have enough thrust to blast through the inertia that exists in most organizations. And it's difficult, especially for those of us who have been schooled in business about strategy and determining our plans to move forward and accomplish what matters most, to understand that we truly must gain the head and heart of those we lead, build up enough engagement, passion, determination, alignment, focus, energy, accountability, and ownership around helping us accomplish what truly matters. So the whole notion of urgency before strategy is really critical. We need to gain buy-in from at least 30 to 50% of our change population prior to engaging the rest of the organization. At that time, we want to paint a picture of success, a vision of success, where folks at all levels can see how what we're going after is going to make their lives better, make their jobs easier, help their team, help the organization, help their community, help all shareholders, all stakeholders, all constituents. And when we can accomplish that, we connect to both the head and the heart. People begin to go above and beyond what's required to help you achieve what matters most. We tap into the discretionary performance area that exists in many people within our organizations, but is often left idle. And when we get to that point and engage that group, that's when we blast off and accelerate our ability to achieve what matters most.